In today's video, we are going to go over some of the equipment that I use to make the sounds to record the music that you hear on Jonathan Music.
And now, a message from our sponsor.
We'll start with my amplifier. Right here is my Fender amplifier. It's a blues amplifier. It's tubes. It has tubes inside of it that give it its sound. I don't play this a lot as I don't play live very much anymore. We could probably talk about that in another video. Those are some crazy wild times. So now I find myself like a hermit in my office, hiding behind my books and recording my videos. So here I have my Boss digital delay. Sometimes I like to have a little delay on my sounds just to give it a little bit more warmth, a little bit more texture, ambiance. Sometimes it gives it a percussive feel. Chorus ensemble. Hey, I was born in the 80s. I'm a child of big hair rock, although I have no hair rock. I like big hair rock, and oftentimes they put the chorus ensemble pedal and it creates just this nice extra tonality to the clean guitar, even to the heavy guitar. I suggest you try it. Boss equipment is my favorite. I like Boss. It's good to be the boss. Boss. And a very special thank you to the Konfused. Today we have on some of their clothing. I suggest you go look them up. Coming out of Los Angeles, California, the Konfused. I'll make sure I leave those links for you. Speaking of Boss, right here is my Boss GT1 multi-effects processor. And this is great for recording. I like to plug in. It has more sounds than I need. I'm not really a sound effects guy. I know there's a lot of people that live by them. I love them. I'm more concerned with the notes being played, the rhythm, the harmony section. And if I can find something that sounds cool, I'll use it. And oftentimes I find it right here. I've been using the country guitar settings. Oddly enough, I'm not really a country guitar guy, but it adds a nice bluesy texture and twanginess to my lines when I am feeling that I want a little bit more twanginess. Like I said earlier, I am a child of the 80s, and in addition to the hair metal bands was the synthesizer. There's a lot of stuff out there. I do fancy myself a little bit of a songwriter. I play the guitar primarily, but I do like to use other instruments. And these days, I have my keyboards and whatnot, but this is the Arturia Mini Lab. It's a MIDI player. So if you want to hear what this sounds like, you're gonna have to scroll through and listen to my music. Arturia Mini Lab. It's there, it's in the music. Go check it out. So much you can do with this pedal. See this one right here? This is my bass that I use. It's the B205 LTD. It's fretless, okay? Meaning it's got no frets, or in other words, it has no frets. It does not have any frets. So you can hit those microtones. In the Western musical vocabulary, we have everything that's well-tempered and it's broken down into steps, you know, your whole steps, half steps. That's stuff you probably should have learned when you were first starting out, when you were big, but if not, well, the step is the distance from one tone to the next. This, however, because there is no fret and it's not tempered the same way, there are microtones. So very, very important that when you play this instrument, you listen and that you articulate your fingering properly, because you could be off by just that much. And sometimes it's just that much. Yeah? Makes or breaks what you're playing. See this one? This is my Ibanez RG series. I think this one's Japanese. I think. Could be American. I'm an American. I'm in America. So if this was an Ibanez RG, Japanese, it's now an American Japanese RG. See how I did that? This one has the Floyd Rose. I've had a lot of changes made to this particular guitar because this is actually my first electric guitar. When I started playing, I really, really wanted to play electric guitar when I was a little boy, but My family decided that I should have an acoustic guitar first. And it took me many years to finally get an electric guitar, but when I did, this is the one that I got. I didn't even want this one. I wanted to buy some brand new guitar. I think I had $400, but my brother saw this at the Guitar Center. It was in the used section. I bought it, I fell in love with it, I still have it, and I can't get enough of this particular one. Great guitar, great instrument, Ibanez. Ibanez, hey, I'm here. This is my Fender Stratocaster. You see that headstock right there? Beautiful candy red. You can see the wooden features. I like the wood. A lot of times Stratocasters have 3 single pickups. This one, however, has a double, single, single. A little bit more juice. Juicy, very juicy. Got the whammy bar. You know, if you've listened to my music, you know that I use the whammy bar a lot. It's just there. You know, might as well use it. See? I love this one. Kind of having a moment here. Now, finally, I've traveled far and wide to find this. This right here is an artstrument. You see that? You're probably wondering, what is that? I've never seen that before. Well, that's because it's one of its kind. This is an ancient instrument from Atlantis. We've gone over some of my instruments that I use, the things that I like to play with this time. Again, if you want to know more about Konfused clothing, the link will be in the description. If you would like to know more about Artstruments by George Lewis, the ancient musical items from Atlantis, we'll also leave that website below. So, hey, you know what time it is. Leave a comment, hit the like button. I guess we'll talk later on. Okay, cut that. I'm gonna do one more.